What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Katherine Nunez, and today we are back on Tales of a Latina Season 2, and we are joined by somebody who is amazing. He's one of my very good friends. His name is Scott Burnhard, and he is a vegan fitness coach, calisthenics athlete, an influencer with over 400,000 YouTube subscribers and over 138 million views. You are that guy. Everybody welcome Scott Burnhard to Tales of a Latina.
Oh my god. No, but you know what it is though, Katherine?
Yeah.
People fear what they don't understand.
Do people put stereotypes on you because of how you eat? Like, you know, you're vegan, you're in this journey. Do people stereotype you? And
sometimes, but it don't faze me. I'm very strong-minded. Like, I'm a very strong-minded individual. Like, I think it's like because I'm Aries or something. Like, I'm very like stubborn, but in a good way. I don't pay attention to those like, stereotypes and things of that nature. It don't faze me. Yeah. You know what's interesting though? But like, let me finish up the story of how I did it, right? So going back, I came back from Paris and I'm like, okay, let me try 1 week of this thing. I'm gonna see what happens.
Veganism.
I tried it 1 week. And the most important thing I tell people is like, research, right? So I knew what I was doing. Because some people go into things they don't know what they're doing. So I knew what I was doing. I was like, okay, this one I'm having for breakfast, this one I'm having for lunch, this one I'm having for dinner. So I went completely anti-inflammatory for the whole week. I didn't eat no meat, just straight vegan, whole plant-based. And remember, I had the injury in my wrist. I started to sleep better. I used to have crazy acne in my face. My acne went away.
Wait, yes.
No, no dermatology, nothing. It's all in the inside, Katherine. Everybody's thinking about, I got to put this face cream and I got to do this exfoliation. No, what you put in is what's going to come out.
So you don't use no skincare products?
No.
So what do you do? Anything?
I just use some cocoa butter, some shea butter. They got this nice cacao butter.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta give me the secret.
I got you. Listen, a little tea tree or a little here and there.
Yes.
Nothing too crazy. Because what you put in the inside of your body is gonna show outside. So this is the reason why people have like skin problems and skin issues, because there's a lot of inflammation. But when you go anti-inflammatory, then that thing starts to clear up. Because the skin is the largest organism. See, now I'm gonna show my education. Now we're gonna get there, right? So the skin is the largest organism. So what you put inside is gonna be a reflection on the external. So I digress. So the first week I started to feel good. I'm like, okay, let me try it the second week. So the second week I started to feel even much better. I had more energy. There's no bloating. There's no fatigue. My skin's clearing up. Sleep is out of this world. So remember, I had the injury on my wrist. Before I couldn't do any pull-ups, I did 10 to 15 pull-ups in that second week. And I remember I jumped off the pull-up bar and I looked at my wrist and I said, I healed myself.
Wow.
Yeah. Let that food be that medicine.
And that's God.
Mm-hmm.
That's God. Because, that's healing. That's the healing that comes from, your journey and being a vegan and being on this health and wellness vibe. You start to heal yourself. You start to feel, nobody's God, but we start to feel like our most godly self.
I agree.
You start to work on like the best you have to be the best version of yourself.
I totally agree. And it blew my mind to know that, wait, hold up. I had this chronic inflammation in my wrist for months. And all it took was me for 2 weeks of just disciplining myself and saying, okay, I'm going to make a change. And I got my wrist back just like that. And that's when I learned, let that food be thy medicine and let thy medicine be thy food. Yeah.
Oh my God, say that.
Let thy food be thy medicine. Oh, let thy food be thy medicine and let thy medicine be thy food.
Yes.
Yes. What make sure that what you're eating is going to be an asset and not a liability towards your health and wellness.
Okay. And so I mean, you're very disciplined.
Yes.
You have your strategy, you have your way of life.
Yeah.
How is dating like for you? Because because like let's say you meet somebody and she's not living the same lifestyle as you, but she's cool.
Yeah.
How do you navigate that?
This is a really great question because the women that I've dated, they are so intrigued with my life.
Yeah.
They are intrigued. Oh my God, like, what do you eat then? And I tell them, and I'm one hell of a cook too.
Right. No, that's what happened to me when I started dating a vegan. I was like, well, what you eat, Poppy? You what, almond milk?
No.
Okay. I will only drink almond milk. Because they be telling you too, like, don't eat that, don't eat that. Because it's like they're about to be intertwined with you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to mess with that meat, eating, whatever it is that you're doing. Like, they don't. Like, you got to be on point. So tell us.
Yeah, the women that I've dated, they are so intrigued with the lifestyle. And I think because, once you become the example of it, because when I turned vegan, like, there was this aura, there was this light that my friends started to like inquire, and my family wanted to know, and everybody, because they like, wait, yo, Scott, like, what's going on here? Like, yeah, you feel like you're on cloud. And the women that I've dated, they've just been so respectful. They've been very intrigued. Like, anytime we go to a restaurant, 90% of the time, it's a vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they do eat meat, then they'll eat it in front of me from time to time. But sometimes they just don't even cook it in the house. It's just like, they literally say, okay, when Scott's here, I'm vegan. But if Scott's leave, then they'll do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But funny enough, like, I've helped them. The women that I've dated, I've helped them a lot with their health and wellness journey. Yeah, like I've helped, reverse a couple of things. I've helped them, sort some things out when it comes to, their wellness. So like, it works out great. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself to be like, I don't want to say the next Dr. Sebi, but like, are you working towards being something like, do you want to be that person who discovers these like, new ways of healing yourself?
You know what? Yes. I feel like it is my destiny. Like, I feel like it's in alignment, especially with my story. I never thought growing up in the Bronx, all the time I ate the bacon, egg, and cheese, and chopped cheese, and Giovanni's pizza, and the Kennedy fried
I gotta
chicken.
have Giovanni's pizza. You mentioned it twice today. I gotta go up there.
I think they're still in business. But I never thought in all my years of living that I would be in this realm. I just feel like God just placed certain elements and certain people in my life and just certain things where I became so intrigued. I wanted to go to school to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a lawyer. I did get my degree in business, but I wanted to be a lawyer.
So what happened with that? How come you didn't finish? It wasn't your passion.
It just wasn't my passion. I think my mother wanted me to be a lawyer.
Every Caribbean parent wants you to be either a lawyer or a doctor.
Yeah.
And if all else fails, or engineer or a nurse, no, you got to be in that medical field or in the law world. But I digress.
Yeah. But
here we are creating and being healthy.
And I love, like, every time I talk about, something that's like holistic or something that's natural and healing, it makes me smile. It brightens my day. It gets my happy hormones going, because like, you think about certain things like, man, like, especially growing up in the hood, right? Growing up in the Bronx, and you see certain family members, you see certain friends, you see certain neighbors, and they suffering from cancer, diabetes, hypertension, hyperthyroidism, obesity, all of these plagues. I call them plagues. I don't call them diseases. I call them plagues, right? Curses. And you're telling me they can transition, they can, take control of the narrative just by disciplining themselves, just like, you know what, man, I'm not going to have the Kennedy today. Let me have a fruit bowl salad. Let me have a salad.
Or an acai bowl.
Something a little different. You got to make, different choices to get a different outcome.
Yeah.
So it really intrigues me knowing that, like, wow, you're telling me like someone could go on a grape fast, just eat grapes, No cooked food. No processed food. Just eat grapes. And they can get rid of the cancer. They can get rid of the diabetes. They can get rid of the hyperthyroidism.
Just with grapes, though? Is that real?
I'm telling you, it's real. Oh, yeah. It's real. It is real. Let thy food be thy medicine. Let thy medicine be thy food. But the thing is, it's the lack of discipline. Like, people can't see it that, wait, if I remove cooked food out of my life for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, then I can get rid of my arthritis. I can get rid of my my hypertension. I can get rid of my diabetes. I can get rid of my what's the one that comes on the skin?
Eczema.
Eczema.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, that one's you struggle. Do you have eczema?
I don't have eczema.
Because my youngest son had eczema, but he's always in and out, like for he always gets like something on his skin.
Yeah.
It's really bad. I'm like, where does this come from?
Remember what I said, Catherine? I said the skin is the largest organism. So whatever you put inside is gonna come out on the external. So eczema is a sign that there's a lot of inflammation built up in the body.
But he's skinny. Yeah. What's going on? He's skinny.
Yeah, he's skinny. Yeah.
I don't know where the inflammation is. But he was a chubby kid, lost a lot of weight, but he's always had that skin, and the doctors don't even know what it is. They just say it's like, they tell me to use dandruff shampoo.
You know why the doctors don't know? I was dating this young lady in Columbia Med.
Okay.
My
That's
dating
a flex.
history.
That's a flex.
I dated a lot of women that went to Columbia University. So I was dating this young lady in Columbia Med. She was going to Columbia Med for medical school. And then I remember one time I was at her residency. I was at her house. And I was helping her study and everything like that. And I think I was like 1 year, 2 years into my vegan journey, right? And I was helping her study. And I remember I asked her, I was like, these huge words with 28 characters, like mollocellin,
molecular,
something like that. Yeah. One of them drugs. And then I remember I said, hey, babe, like, they don't teach you about nutrition. They don't teach you about nutrition at med school. She was like, oh, we just take one class and that's it. And then all the other classes is how to pronounce the drugs and how to pronounce the prescriptions and how to pronounce
and
everything
which drug
else.
Goes with which disease exactly. And how you treat everything. Yeah.
And that's the reason they don't know. It's all indoctrinated. It's all a system.
Have you ever thought about going to medical school yourself? Just because of with all the stuff that you know now on your own, and then adding that, like, oh my God, you'd probably be like...
Yeah. You know what's interesting? When you can take the initiative and to do your own research, you don't need those institutions.
Need it. Yeah, because it's very institutionalized what they're teaching you. So I love
very
that.
Monopolized, very institutionalized, and it's very controlled. But when you break out of the matrix, when you break out of the simulation, right?
And that systematic formula they try to put on you. And
exactly. And then you become a free thinker. You become someone who take control of the narrative and someone who go out there and seek the knowledge. That's where your power lies. And that's where you become unstoppable. That's what I did. I read books. I read books. I watched interviews. I met up with natural healers, holistic healers, doctors, herbalists, everything. And each and every piece of those elements came into me to this day. So anything that I'm curious about, what I do, I go research instead of me going on Shade Room, looking at celebrity drama.
Ooh, is that shade? Are you throwing shade? No, I'm joking.
I'm just saying,
no, but you don't want to. You don't brain rot yourself. You're like really like when you're consuming things that are positive and that are going to be helpful and useful to your better being, like not social media, like
exactly.
Yeah, because it's very easy to get sucked into that. Let me just scroll. Let me see what's going on with
Doom
this. Doom scrolling. That's what it's called. Yeah.
You scroll into eternity and you end up in some place you don't want to end up at.
And that's not necessarily like a mindset that you want to be in, especially when you're in your healing journey. You want to just, which we're going to get into your retreat.
Absolutely. We could talk about that.
Okay. But before we talk about the retreat, I want to get into. Well, actually, no. We could. No, I want to get into this game. I want to have some fun now. We're gonna get into the rapid fire game. Part of the show. It's a quick. It's called El Quick Chisme in 60. So basically, what happens is, and I got my notes here.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. You're gonna answer them as fast as you can.
Okay.
And question number 1: what's the biggest misconception that people have about you?
They think I'm mean and I'm unapproachable.
Really? People think that about me too.
Yeah, they do.
I told you, everybody thinks I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah.
People think I'm from. I think it's a thing. Like people are scared from people of the Bronx because we got like a strong. I'm not from the Bronx. I'm from Jersey, but I rep the Bronx because people think I'm from the Bronx. My friends are all from the Bronx, so we here, baby.
Yeah, we here, man.
But yeah.
Yeah. When I was younger, I always had a mean mug, but I didn't realize I had a mean mug, and I didn't realize
it. Focus.
I think that's why I got into modeling. To be quite honest, I got discovered.
You got the Zoolander look?
Yeah, like.
Give me your best. No. Yeah, do it.
Hold on.
You did that.
I can't even do it no more.
Right. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Period.
See the blank stare? Like
it's a blank stare.
Yeah, exactly. It's like piercing your soul.
My friend Adrian Alicea, he's a fashion designer. He has a show coming up on the 14th or 15th. He would love you. He would have said yes. That's it.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm always like, I want to walk your show. He's like, Katherine, you're too much. You have too much. You're an actress. Stay over there. This is modeling, honey.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I love
him.
Out of
retirement.
All right. So, what's one fitness trend that you secretly side eye?
Side eye in what way?
Like, when you see people like working out, you're like, they ain't really, like, it's a side eye. Like, for me, it's like when the girls get their bodies done and then they go to the gym and isn't that like a side eye? That's a side eye.
Yes, it is.
But I commend them because they're keeping up what they invested in. Like, you got to keep up. But that's one of my side.
You know what? No, but the side eye, they get their body done. And they want to come out with 8-week booty program and 12-week booty program and flat tummy tea, knowing that you was in Colombia
and DR.
See, you beat me to it. You beat me to it.
It's the 2 top countries in the world where you can go get your body snatched.
Oh my God.
Okay, so what do people get wrong about vegan men?
What they get? You know what? That we can't build muscle because they're always asking us where we get our protein from, things like that. And I'm just like, we just get it from the natural fruit. Yeah.
Beans.
The beans.
Beans protein?
Yeah, beans is protein. Yeah. We get it from the beans, the legumes, the chickpeas, the lentils, the mushrooms, even the greens as well too. Me as a herbal man, I go to the herbs as well too. Like,
It's not just about eating meat, y'all.
No, it's not.
Even though we know a lot of you. Anyway, let me keep it PG. Okay, no.
Vegan man has more stamina. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
Okay. Blood flow,
So which one requires more discipline, food or consistency? Like.
No, food. Consistency.
Because you got to be consistent even with your food.
Yeah.
That requires more discipline.
Consistency, for sure.
One habit that changed your life the most?
One habit? When I started detoxing.
Okay, don't bother me. I'm detoxing. Which, by the way, you can get your
merch?
Your merch. I'm sorry. I'm still new to this. I don't have any merch. So where can they get their merch real quick?
Definitely.
Plug it in.
Don't bother me. I'm detoxing. It's a movement. It's a healthy movement. You can get your merch at www.scottburnhard.com. Join the movement.
Period. That was just a quick little plug.
Something.
What's a wellness myth you are tired of hearing?
Wellness myth?
Yes.
Ooh. Wellness myth. Oh, fruits give you diabetes.
Yes. So that is a myth.
It's a myth.
Oh my God. I love that you said that because yes.
You know what give you diabetes?
Sugar.
No, not sugar.
No. Alcohol.
Oh yeah, that too. But processed sugars. High fructose corn syrup, sucralose, dextrose, cane sugar, natural flavors, maltodextrin. What else? Alcohol, because alcohol turns into sugar as well too. And then all of these things, all of these processed sugars, they destroy the function of your pancreas, and then you become insulin resistant. That's how you develop diabetes.
He said it best. I'm gonna put this. That's the clip right there. So, okay, ego or humility, which did you have to unlearn?
Ego. You know why? Because ego stands for edging God out. Yep.
And when did you realize that you were working from a place of ego versus humility?
I mean, I never.
Or you never had ego?
No. Everybody has an ego, but your most important thing is, how do you check your ego? How do you rectify your ego? Everybody has an ego. No, there's no such thing as like, oh, I don't have ego. What do you mean? No, everybody's an ego. You have the ego and the humility. You have the two entities. Now, which one is higher than the other? So for me, with my ego, like I've had, especially when I'm in competition mode, yeah, I feel like I'm better than the next guy. Oh yeah, I'm good. You know, the calisthenic competitions, like I'm gonna beat you. Yes, you know. But yeah, that's the only time that I think I have like an ego, if I'm in competition.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. You gotta have ego.
You got to.
You gotta be a little competitive and be like, I'm the best. It's me or nobody.
Exactly.
Now, the last one, Bronx or Jamaica? Ooh.
Yo, let me tell you something, right? That's hard because even though I grew up in the Bronx, there's a side of the Bronx that's very Jamaica. Uptown.
It is, yeah.
Gun Hill, 233rd, White Plains, 215. You know, like that area is just very Jamaicanized. And then, you know, when you go to Jamaica, it's like, the only difference is like the area and the agriculture. But you know what, man? I'm gonna go with Jamaica on this one.
Of course, because we going on that retreat to Jamaica.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Scott. So, I mean, we've been here for quite some time. We've been having a great conversation about health, wellness, veganism, and your story and your journey. And I want to talk about culture, impact, and community now. I want, you know, Tales of a Latina, it centers around Latino voices. But culture does not live in silos. And what does it mean to you to be welcomed in spaces like this? And what parallels do you see between Black Caribbeans and Latino Caribbeans?
Man, it's an honor to be here, and like I said before, I grew up like a lot of Dominicans.
Yeah, you said that, yeah.
I did, and they embraced me. I never felt left out. I never felt like, a sense of prejudice or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's always been love. People have their own experiences, things like that, but I can only speak from my experience. And I just feel like we're all one people, man.
We are.
We just got dropped off at different parts of
the freaking continent and island, everything, because we really did just all come from one place. Yeah. And I feel like people forget that and they try to divide us. And I'm like, no, we're all one. Like, I am Afro-Latina.
Yes.
You are Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean. Like, we're Caribbeans.
Yes,
and so, like, we're all one, and I hate that people try to divide us.
Yeah, I hate it. And, I feel like it's the plan of the enemy to conquer and destroy and conquer and to manipulate as well, too. So for me, I love everybody, man. I love everybody, You show me love, I'm showing you love back, even 10 times as more.
Yeah.
And it's always been like that for me. I remember I used to go to Washington Heights. I used to go dance bachata, merengue, and all that.
Yeah, I didn't even ask you what your favorite Spanish dish is. What's your favorite Latin dish? I know you're vegan. There's not too many.
Listen,
but there is a lot of...
Back in the days, to go to Washington Heights and go to the mofongo spot. Listen. Oh, yeah. If somebody can veganize mofongo, listen, man, I'm there.
They can. Mofongo Mofongo is plantain.
Yes, it is.
So you don't have to add the meat, the pork, because it
True,
comes.
true,
You
true.
could just have it like that with something.
So like some mushroom.
You could make it with some mushrooms and put the seasoning and make it real spicy.
I'm gonna make vegan mofongo.
Even with some okra, you could make it your own.
Ooh,
Yes,
I love me some okra.
I know you do. That's why I said
that.
Hey, I said that. So, when you ask yourself, like, who am I doing this for? What do you say?
First off, I'm doing it for God, man.
God always first.
The first. Second, I'm doing it for my mother in heaven.
Period.
Absolutely. Everything I do, Catherine, ever since my mother, no, even before my mother transitioned, because I don't believe in death, I believe in transitions. Even before my mother transitioned, everything is in honor of Mama Burnhard. Everything I do. Whether I'm doing an event, I'm hosting an event, I'm here on this lovely, establishment, this lovely show, everything I do, the retreats, everything I do is in honor of my mother, because I am my mother's legacy. I am my mother's and my father's legacy. So yes, that's what I do it for. Mama Burnhard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you hear people say your name, Scott Burnhard, what do you hope that they feel?
They feel empowered. They feel energy. I'm an energy guy. They feel just this sense of belief, courage. They feel just overall this energy,
Yeah,
oh my goodness, Scott Burnhard.
I feel like when I speak to you, I feel like, okay, it can happen. Anything can happen. It's gonna get done.
Absolutely.
There's no room for the word no. Like, that's how I feel like when you're around. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get this done.
Let's by
it's
any
all
means
positive,
necessary.
good energy, good vibes.
Yes, absolutely. So when people say my name, that's what I want them to feel like. Yeah.
And so so now I want to end the show with this. We started, what was baby Scott like? But now what would you tell baby Scott now, looking back? What would you tell him?
I will tell him, man. I will tell that young man a lot of things. Always put God first. Always put God first. Believe in yourself. Don't let the enemy trick you. You're more than and you're greater than. You're more than enough. And you do not need to play into anybody's status quos or standards or circumstances. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Yeah.
I would like for you to tell the followers where they can find you, what's next for you, tell them about the retreat, everything.
We'll talk about it. Absolutely, family. First of all, thank you so much for having me on your lovely platform. My name is Scott Burnhard. You can find me on Instagram, Scott Burnhard. That's SCOTTBURNHARD on all platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Threads, everything you could think of. As far as my retreat goes, I will be hosting your birthday retreat.
He's hosting my birthday retreat in July, guys.
Yes.
I wanted you to be the one to announce it.
Absolutely. So yes, as far as the retreats go, remember, family, like I said before, I was born in the Bronx and I was raised in Jamaica. So now I do work in Jamaica. So I bring people to the retreat space in Jamaica, and this retreat is all about wellness. It's all about healing. It's all about detoxing. It's all about experiencing Jamaica like you never experienced it before.
The authentic way.
The authentic way. Fresh fruits, fresh land, fresh air. And you're going to learn about herbalism. You're going to learn about detoxing. You're going to learn about fasting. And of course, we're going to have our fun. We're going to have our fun too.
Yeah.
But absolutely, you would not leave empty-handed. You're going to be filled with so much knowledge, so much love, so much joy. And this is what I present to you, man, the Burnhard Wellness Retreat. You can follow me on Instagram. You can go on the website, www.scottburnhard.com, to inquire more about it. And
Yes, thank you. Let me tell y'all, Scott Burnhard is proof that strength is not just physical, it's cultural, it's emotional, it's spiritual. And this episode is a reminder that wellness belongs to all of us. And our stories are stronger when they're told together. So thank you so much for joining Tales of a Latina. This is season 2. I'm so grateful for you to be here. Please support his work and remember that your roots are your power and your story is your access. Bye, guys.
Yeah. Till
Thank
next
you.
time. That was it. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
I can't stop smiling.
But I called my name, now I'm loud, the wind howled. You can't stay, but I walked right into the frame. Shake the dirt, make it your friend. Fell 7 times, rise up 10. Get back up again, get back up again. Shake the dirt, make it your friend. Fell 7 times, rise up 10. Get back up again.